So in this video, I wanted to give a quick review of the RideNow TPU bike inner tubes. So for comparison, I have the 36 gram and 24 gram of the RideNow inner tubes, and I have several different butyl type tubes. We got 25 to 32, 20 to 28, 18 to 25, and then up to 25 for the Connie race tubes. So here I'm going to start off with the 36 gram, see how much it weighs. So it comes with a valve sticker. This is so it doesn't vibrate on on deep dish type rims. So you just stick this around the rim and then it pokes through right here, and it kind of keeps the valve tightly held in place. And it comes with some glueless patches. I've never actually used these. Let's see how much this weighs. So everything 35 grams, so it's under the stated weight. And let's see the 24 gram version. Looks like it comes with the same thing, and the sticker is of course for the 24 gram and 25 grams, so actually a little bit over. Comparing them side by side, the 36 is definitely thicker, takes up more volume. These are the 65 millimeter length valves, but definitely a difference in size and bulk of them. So that's another benefit. The smaller you could go, because this is a spare that you would keep in your saddlebag, and it's a lot smaller than even the 36 gram version. You can see that thickness comparison right there. Now I'm going to compare to these butyl versions. So the 36 gram version of the RideNow is good up to 32, so it covers from 18 to 32 millimeter width tires. So an apples to apples comparison would be this this Bell version, which is also, doesn't go down to 18, but it does go 25 to 32. So this is a good comparison. I'm not gonna remove this wrapping because it adds minimal amount of weight. So let's see how much this weighs. So 117 grams. So already about a 90 gram savings or whatever it is. And to compare to the 24 gram version, this is I think 18 to 28. Yeah, 18 to 28. So I'll just weigh all of these. This is a 20 to 28. The Victoria standard tube weighs in at 106, so saving a lot there. This price point is 18 to 25, so it's similar. 100. And the Connie race tube is up to 25 millimeter width. Let's see how much that weighs. 99. So this is the lightest, but it weighs basically the same as this price point, and they're both rated for the exact same sizes, up to 25 width tire. So apples to apples would be comparing a 24 gram. I'd actually weigh 25 to a 100 gram, and both these are rated for about the same size. These TPUs are actually rated for up to 28, so it's even a bigger size than the 25 of these Connie race tubes. So a lot of savings there, and this is huge compared to this little 24 gram RideNow. You could fit about 6 of these in the same amount of space in your saddlebag right there. So it's huge. So if there is about a 75 gram saving for just one tube, you multiply that times 2 or 3, because that's how many spares you would have in your saddlebag. So that's how much weight it would save, in addition to this massive amount of volume that this butyl tube takes up. I'll put that back there. So as far as reliability and installation, these are super easy to install. I have some these are the 36 gram ones that I initially installed in my 28 width tires, since I ordered these first, and then I later changed them out to the 24 gram version. But here's what they look like stretched out. So they definitely do stretch out when you air them up, and they say that they will stretch out, so you can't reuse these. You can't put these in a smaller tire once they're stretched out. But in this case, since I installed this 36 gram version in a 28 width tire, I plan on using them in my 32 width wheels for gravel. So it should be fine to expand up to the size of a 32 tire. You just can't go the other way. And as far as air loss, I did test on this 36 gram version as well as the 24 gram. They only lose about 2 psi a day. And that's airing up to about 72 psi to start with. And I'm sure at the lower pressures for the bigger tubes for like gravel, the air loss is going to be less, because I'm assuming the majority of the air loss is out right around this area in the valve and not actually permeating through the plastic. So the tube itself, and this might be an older version, I think they have a newer version available where this might be aluminum, I'm not sure, but this is all fine. Like, I have no issue airing this up through here. These unscrew like normal, and basically the exact same as a normal butyl tube, so no issues installing them. Here is how they look installed in a wheel. See, here's that little, this is actually incorrect because I just replaced this with the 24 gram version. But this is how that little anti-vibration sticker works. So it kind of really holds this tight when you poke it through there so that this can't vibrate around and make a lot of noise in the carbon rim. And this is a 51 millimeter depth wheel, and these are the 65s. So there's still plenty of clearance to air them up. And what's kind of annoying on these though is that this part where you actually air up on this threaded part is really shallow. So when you put the bike pump on it, it can't go much further than here. You can, but it won't get a good seal if you go around this rubber part or plastic, whatever this is right here. Also, you won't be able to install a Schrader adapter. So this is Preston, of course this is Schrader, and so to adapt them you would screw this on like this. The issue is you can't go any further than this little housing right here on here. So basically you have no way to depress this if you want to like check tire pressure. You can air them up because the pressure from the driving air will push this down, of course, and be able to put air into it, but you won't be able to depress it to take a tire pressure measurement by itself. But again, I think they've changed this, so instead of this being plastic, this is all aluminum, so that it's similar to the standard butyl types, where of course it's all aluminum. This might add a little bit of weight to these, but I think I would prefer to have these made out of aluminum than this plastic, just because of the complications. And here's an idea of what this feels like. It's hard to describe it, but I mean, it's just a thin plastic. It's a little bit of stretch. I don't want to risk tearing this, but there's definitely a little bit of elasticity to it, and that's what I guess that's what they mean when they say this will stretch out if you once you install them and air them up. I've only ridden these about a couple 100 miles, but there have been 0 punctures on normal roads, and I rarely get punctures anyways. I think I rode on normal butyl tubes about 1,500 miles before I got my first puncture, so I think a lot of it has nothing to do with the actual tube and more with the tires. So as long as you're running a good tire, then the risk of punctures are small. These are the Connie 5000 tires, GPs or whatever they are. Here we go, Grand P 5000s. These have been really good, very low rolling resistance. I didn't really feel much rolling resistance change going from the butyl to the TPU, but on paper I know the measurements show that there's significantly less rolling resistance with the TPU tubes. And there is a definite difference in removing that mass around this wheel. Like they felt much easier to accelerate, even though it's a small difference compared to the mass of everything else. There's definitely noticeable. And I have not tried patching these. Obviously I haven't even gotten a flat, so I can't comment on that. At this price, if you buy them from AliExpress in bulk, I got like I think 10 of these of the 36s and the 24s, and they come to about $4 or $5 each. So to me, it's not worth the time to try to patch these and then risk them going flat later on down the road. I've heard that you can use the normal rubber cement that you would use on these butyl tubes, and it does work. But again, like I haven't done it myself, so I can't comment on it. And a lot of that is cleaning it and prepping it to make sure it's a proper bond anyways. So that's pretty much all I have to say about the TPU tubes. I would definitely recommend them. I'm coming from an old school 90s bike, and I've only been running I think 23mm tires with standard butyl tubes like this Connie race tube, and I'm going up to 28mm tires on a road bike, and going straight to these TPU tubes. I also have a set of 32 with tires on a different wheel set that I would use for gravel, and I'm planning on putting these ones, like I said, because I took these from the smaller 28 tires, and so I should be able to air them up and reuse them in the 32 since they're going to a larger size. I would definitely recommend this just for the weight savings alone and the volume in your saddlebag, because when you're trying to limit how much mass and bulk you have on your bike, this makes a big difference in reducing that. And that concludes my review of the RideNow TPU tubes. Thanks for watching.